Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today we got to talk about our new signing. But before that, let me indulge you in a little story for a little bit. Not exactly a story, but one time I was coordinating the defense, and for me, I wanted to run a cover 3 shell. So cover 3, the 2 corners and the middle safety half deep. The reason I did that is because I was playing with this new half field coverage where you had 2 safeties in the box, 1 safety, down the middle, and you had just 2 stacked linebackers. So a 4-2-5, kind of what you see with nickel. And what happened was the 2 box safeties, they can call the coverage to their side. So him and the cornerback can flip, do different things like that. And so the constant between all the coverages was the free safety. He played deep over the middle. He took the strong side formation and took the deep man between 2 and 1 and helped out with the corner. And if there was none deep to the strong side formation, you had backside posts, of course. So the point about that is I had a senior who transferred who was perfect for it. Amazing athlete. Could do everything I asked him for. You had to be able to go from the middle of the field to the sideline, either way, left or right. And you got to be fast and you got to have the right type of agility to do that. And he did. So guess what? Our corners weren't the fastest. They didn't have to be the most aggressive because they played at a big cushion. And so that allowed them to be aggressive and jump routes. That allowed them to, give a cushion to receivers because we had safeties in the box. A lot of things we could do with that defense. Guess what? When that senior wasn't in at free safety, so at practice or 7-on-7s, and we put in the backup safety, guess what? We couldn't run that coverage at all. None of the different calls and the tags I had in that coverage, we couldn't run that cover 3 shell. We had to then put our corners up. We then had to have our safety play split field or play a lot more cover 2 or blitz because we couldn't hold up in coverage without that free safety. And so for these people that tell me that one player like Adrian Amos wasn't that important, I just can't, I can't even understand what you're talking about because that senior, guess what? He didn't get a lot of stats. If you want to go down the stat sheets, he didn't get a lot of stats. Like I said, he allowed the corners to play aggressive. He allowed the safeties to then do their half field coverage calls so we can do different coverages on the strong side of the field versus the weak side of the field. They made a lot of plays. And that safety allowed them to all work within that whole structure of that defense. And that is a high school defense. You mean to tell me that out of all the coaches I've met on the college level, the pro level, and the number of coverages and the thick playbooks they have, you mean to tell me that there aren't a lot of systems in place that depend on somebody able to do that job? And we're not even getting into offenses and offensive line and the blocking schemes you could do when you have a certain type of player, just defense alone. And so player or a lot of fans that get in here and say, oh, he was just all right. He wasn't a splash player. He wasn't that important. People saying we'll be fine without him and Callahan. The man was rated top 5 in his position for a reason. And so, look, that's fine. If you like the signing of Ha Ha Clinton-Dix, and we'll get into it, if you think he'll be a solid player, whatever, that's fine. You can think we can be all right. You can think that's a good signing and still acknowledge the importance of losing Amos. Some of these people act as if to acknowledge Amos was good or that he was important to the defense is to somehow acknowledge that the Bears aren't going to be good. And we don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. But to me, it's just this blind fandom. Some of these fans are so blind. It is crazy how quickly people turned into, well, Amos was okay. He wasn't that good. Are you serious? And it's that mental justification humans do to just justify your point. And so let's just forget that he's rated as a top 5 safety. Let's just forget that he was a coveted free agent that somehow people say he didn't get big money, but yet people say at the same time he got more money than he deserved. Like, I don't get how you can say those two at the same time, but that's what some people are saying. And so then we turn into Ha Ha Clinton-Dix. He played free safety. Look, people keep trying to tell me about him like I didn't see him with the Packers all these years. Like, I didn't scout him coming out into the draft. I know what he is. I get it. They keep telling me he's from Bama. He did. I know what he did. I know what he did. He's a better free safety than strong safety. He's a more of a tackler than most free safeties, but he's still a free safety. But then people want to tell me how much better he is than Amos. Some people telling me it's an upgrade. I get he has a different skill set. That doesn't make the skill set better. And even if his skill set is different, that doesn't mean he has as much talent as Amos either. And so for everyone telling me about Clinton-Dix and what he can do, the man got traded from his team, I believe, and that defense wasn't too great. And then he went to a new team, and last time I checked, we didn't trade for him. He was in the free agency. And last time I checked, he wasn't in the free agency when we signed him day one. We signed him, or he was in the free agency, but we didn't sign him day one as a top priority. I'm pretty sure we just signed him today. And so to act as if Ha Ha Clinton-Dix is some all-world safety is absolutely ridiculous. Again, you could like the signing, you can think he's going to do well, but you can't just make up your own facts. It doesn't work that way. The fact is, he was not good enough to stay on 2 teams prior to this. And so don't sit here and tell me how much of an upgrade we got. Maybe he will be an upgrade. Maybe Pagano's got ways to use our safeties differently, or maybe he just locks in this year on his 1-year prove-it deal. I don't know. But the fact is, people talking as if they can guarantee it because, oh, well, he's better than Amos. That's not true. It's not true today. It might be true during the season. It's not true today. And, yeah, so, I mean, yesterday I started off by saying I'm not passing judgment on Ryan Pace, whatever, but that doesn't mean we can't ask these questions and be critical. And I admit it up front again, like, I don't have the most tapped in free agency information. I'm going by what some of the experts said to me about Callahan. Yes, I see he hasn't been signed yet. And so I'm hoping he comes back to the Bears. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer that you have 2 important players and you let one walk, you should get the other one. So people were talking about it's premature that I'm upset. Look, they signed another nickel, and that's what everybody was saying. The sources was indicating that the Bears was going to let Callahan walk. So, okay, I don't think I'm being, crazy to say that. And I just said if you let these 2 walk, I think it's a big mistake, and I think that's a problem on Ryan Pace's side. So we shall see what happens with that, but I'm just going off what I've been told. So with Ha Ha Clinton-Dix, again, there's things you can do where both safeties kind of mirror each other and can do each other's responsibilities. I don't think Eddie Jackson's ready for that. I don't think he's that type of player. Ha Ha might be more that type of player, but I don't think Eddie is. So I'm not looking for them to exchange responsibilities regularly. I liked it better where Amos allowed Eddie to gamble, and he had him in a position where he could roam over the top and be more flexible in that coverage area. Amos had a lot of heavy lifting in the box and blitzes and different things of that nature. So that's what I thought worked well. And yeah, we got Clinton-Dix. He's going to be there. Hopefully he's the starter. So people are like, see, I told me what? That we were going to have somebody start at his position. I knew that. Just because there's somebody there doesn't mean anything. Again, that's fine. If you want to say Amos wasn't your favorite player, or I don't know, I guess you can say you think he wasn't that good, but that's not really subjective because there's facts to back up that he was. So look, that's fine if y'all don't love Amos like that, but I still think it's a big loss, me personally. And, I don't think Clinton-Dix at all gives us what Amos gave us. And I'm not sure exactly, how different it's going to look, but it's definitely going to be different because you basically got two freelancers, playing back in the safety position. And, hopefully with Prince and Kyle, they hold up and play just as well as last year. And that will really help, the ability on the back end of what we can do with those safeties. And then of course, hopefully the pass rush picks up and, we're not having a blitz and manufacture pressure. If we can continue to get just natural organic pressure, then that's going to help out as well. But the secondary was real big last year. And I know we got the names on the front seven. So people keep telling me how elite the front seven is and all this. Fact is, we got a lot of cover sacks last year. That's just the facts. You look at the tape. And so, will we get that same thing this year? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, and it'll be interesting to see if we get Bryce Callahan back. But, as I said yesterday, Buster Skrine is not as good. Like someone mentioned that Buster Skrine might finish a whole season. Bryce Callahan usually gets hurt. Okay, that doesn't make him a better player. Yes, the best ability is availability, but the fact is when Callahan is healthy, he's a top 5 nickel. So, Buster Skrine not feeling that replacement. Ha Ha Clinton-Dix not feeling that replacement for Amos. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about the signing. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.